Wrestling Junkeez podcast. Sit back, enjoy the show, and
Rest in peace.
What's up, junkies? We're back. Yeah, it's looks like it's just gonna be Chris for right now. Hopefully, Jaern will catch in a little bit halfway through this episode, or maybe even sooner than that. He had some personal things to deal with, aka banging some ring rats. So
I gave him 10 minutes, but he's still going, so it's pretty good.
Motherfucker told him to start at 10 o'clock. It's 10:08 now. He's telling us he's not going to be here for 15 minutes. We're going to start without him. So anyways,
tonight.
We're back again. We are doing a special episode this week. We're not going to be discussing the weekly happenings of the wrestling world. Tonight is going to be dedicated to the GOAT, the Phenom, the American Badass, the one and only, the Undertaker.
Dong.
Dong. Man, came out at a great time. Coincidentally enough, last couple of days I've been catching up on a lot of Undertaker shit. I randomly put on the Busted Open podcast one day when I was coming home from work. Saw the Undertaker. Well, actually, first of all, they were talking about the Undertaker. It was Bully, Tommy, and Mark Henry were all recounting their Undertaker stories, which made me want to go listen to the actual Undertaker podcast because they were mentioning how they got him on that episode. And started listening to that. That was dope. Finished that. Learned a lot about him and how he feels being out of the business now. He's a podcaster now. He's a podcaster. He's got a live show. So he's doing a lot of shit outside of wrestling that he would never do while in the business. We're seeing the human side of the Undertaker. We're seeing Mark Callis. And he was going on that podcast and saying how it's a really difficult for him. And he's got to really pick and choose what he wants to talk about. And especially on his own podcast with his host. His host is a huge fan. I don't know his name. I forgot what his name was. I probably should have done a little bit more research on that. Maybe Chris, you've been doing a little bit of research. Do you know what his host name is on his podcast?
No, but I mean, just to get the curtain pulled back on that character, which he protected for 30 years.
Yeah.
We're finally seeing Mark Callis, the person, the Undertaker. We've seen him change from, the purple Undertaker to the American Badass, Big Evil, back to the Undertaker. I mean, he's changed his character so many times with the times, and he just keeps evolving. Now we're seeing him, the person.
Yes, we're seeing Mark Calloway now.
And it's cool because, there's shit that he would never, ever tell people.
Never.
As a kid, I never knew him and Yokozuna were in BSK. And buddies, Crush, Savio Vega. Obviously, you knew that clique, but you never knew they were the best of friends. Come match time, they were the best of enemies.
Hey, they say your best opponents are your best friends because you can go hard on them and it's not going to be any repercussions, You both know what you're getting into. You both know your buddies. And you can go as hard as you want against them without any issues. It's going to be, hey, man, good shit out there.
Yeah, you trust that individual with your body. It's huge.
But going back to the whole podcast thing, he was saying he's very very cautious about what he pulls back the curtain on. There are still certain things he doesn't want to get into. Even he was saying with his buddy, his host, there are limits where he will go with him. There are certain things he will not talk about because he does not feel comfortable with it. It was it's pretty funny on that podcast too because the host Dave LaGreca, he had no idea what to call the Undertaker. All the other boys, Bully's calling him Boss, Mark Henry's calling him Take, Dreamer's calling him Taker, but the podcast is like, well, I'm just calling him Sir. I introduced him as the Undertaker and Mark Calloway, and Bully was like, I'm surprised you're even saying that. He's like, well, I'm just introducing him. I don't know I'm just calling him Sir for right now.
Call him the GOAT. He's
you know,
definitely one of the greatest characters.
yeah, and then Bully Ray calling him boss.
Yeah, that's
Like,
something that Andre used to call everybody boss.
he did, yeah.
And so, for him to get that title, that says high volumes of that person.
Yeah. Bully was talking about how he was talking to Mark Henry, and he's like, hey, what's the one move that you know you hate taking from me? And you know Taker hates taking it. Those chops? Fucking hate your chops. He's like, that's right. And you don't chop Taker. He hates that shit. It's like, if you're a Ric Flair, you can get away with it. If you're a Shawn Michaels, you can get away with it. Bubba Ray Dudley could not get away with it.
Yeah,
he was like, we were in a match. It was me and Devon, Kane and Taker. We were doing that whole segment with the tag belts. We kept swapping, and we're on a show. And I just blanked out, bro. I put him in the corner. I took my hand and smack right on his chest. He goes, my head went down, and my head stayed down for a good solid 10 to 15 seconds. It's like, I slowly brought my head up, and he's like, I could hear Kane in the corner chuckling under his mask. He's going to fucking kill you. He's going to kill you now.
It's funny. He told Flair before the match, he goes, look, Flair, you get 3 chops. That's it. That's all you're getting tonight. So you imagine if he would have popped off 4 or 5, I'm sure Flair would have got his ass kicked as well.
Well, Bully looked up, and Mark was like, throw me in the corner. Look out for the boot. He was like, okay, I know it's going to be a stiff-ass boot coming back to me. It's like, all right. Switch him into the corner. He said, as I'm running to him, I just yell out, Ritz! And I took that boot to the face. We go to the back, and Mark was like, what the hell were you thinking, boy? He was like, I don't know, man. I blanked out. I'm so sorry. That also shows you the kind of respect that the Deadman had for people to know, all right, I don't do this move to the Deadman.
Yeah, Mark Henry calls him Don Corleone because he's fucking the head of the table.
He's the boss man, dude.
Did you see the one interview with Randy Orton when he was wrestling him on SmackDown for the first time? He was taking bumps for him. And right when he got back to Gorilla, next thing you know, Vince walked up to Taker and he goes, what are you doing? Taking bumps for this guy.
I remember that.
And he goes, hey, we're making the kid look good. That's what we do. We make the kid look good. We want him to be the next guy. And, he was doing that shit before. He's done it with Cody. Cody had a great story with him during Rumble. He went in there and next thing you know, he tells him, hey, kick me in the stomach. Kicks him in the stomach. And he's like, okay, well, I'm going up for a choke slam. Next thing you know, Taker says, kick me again. And he never forgot that. He's like, dude, this guy's fucking taking bumps for me, and I'm a nobody.
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome. Like, I'm sure there's been so many people in the business that are assholes that, they're scared to lose their spot. But that's one guy that's given to the business and keeps on giving to the business.
Oh, yeah. He was talking about Ole Anderson back in WCW when Ole was bucking WCW. And he literally told Taker, man, no one's going to pay to watch you wrestle.
That was the biggest mistake that guy's ever made.
What in the hell are you talking about? And Paul Heyman saw it, of all people. That's another thing I didn't know. So going back before we started the podcast, I told you I didn't know that him and Paul Bearer were an item beforehand when we used Percy Pringle.
Yep.
Back WCW. Yep. Didn't know they added them there. Also didn't know he was under the mask, under the hood. Correct. And that's when they paired him up with Paul Bearer. And that was
the original Heyman guy.
Yeah, he's a Heyman guy, one of the original Heyman guys. Heyman tried to go to bat for him. Didn't happen in WCW because Ole Anderson was the booker. Didn't see anything in him. Funny enough, Heyman broke this contract, breach of contract, went to WWF, talked to Bruce Pritchard and said, hey, this guy's contract is coming up. I think you guys need to give him a shot.
Yeah, he's the reason why he went over there.
He is the entire reason we got the Undertaker in the WWF.
You imagine if he would have stayed in WCW, that character would never came to life.
Nothing would have happened with him. He just would have been another character.
Yeah,
he probably would have eventually got fired and maybe go to the Independents.
I don't think we've ever would have heard from him again.
Maybe, but not as the Undertaker. We'd be seeing Mean Mark.
Yeah, you think about it. When he was with the Skyscrapers, I mean, he was just a big dude. They had too many big guys over there. They had Sid.
He was just a
They had,
replacement for Sid, and it just
yeah,
didn't work.
that's it.
I
Can
mean,
you imagine?
Dan kind of fucked him, though. Dan was pissed off at the company, decided to shoot on the Road Warriors, and then quit. Follow my lead tonight. Not knowing what the fuck was going to happen. Knowing he's going to beat up on the Road Warriors, which nobody fucking did back then. Nobody got over on the Road Warriors.
Tougher than shit.
And then knowing he was going to fucking quit. It's like, damn, that is fucked up. You just, like, obviously, he wasn't really going anywhere with that tag team, but still, think about that. Your tag team partner is like, hey, follow my lead, kid. And you're like, okay, I'm looking up to you. You're the vet. You beat up on the fucking Road Warriors. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And then you quit. I was like, where the fuck am I supposed to go?
No, I'm glad he did because, like I said, we would have never got that character.
Of all the bad shit that happened in Taker's beginning, you know, from the not really having a character in Memphis. I mean, even though he won the belts on Lawler, nothing really happened. He didn't become a big star in Memphis. Yeah, he got the title run, but nothing happened. Lawler was going to be the champ no matter what. He was going to be the money draw in that
40-time champion for Lawler. You
But,
think about it. I'm telling you, I could still remember the debut. I could still remember it as a kid, sitting on my couch, and him coming out, Ted DiBiase announcing him as my mystery partner, The Undertaker. Like I said, I could close my eyes right now and remember everything. I remember Piper. Look at the size of that hammer. And my God, you see everybody's faces. And then when he didn't sell for anybody and he dropped Coco on his damn head, I was like, well, who the fuck is this guy?
Fucking nearly killed Coco.
Did you hear the story with him?
I have.
Coco pulled him to the side and everyone was laughing because they're like, dude, you literally dropped this fucking guy in his fucking head and you're going to beat his ass. Hey, that's how it goes, though.
I mean, he said, I don't know how many times I can apologize to you, Coco. That's the point where we got to go outside and do something about this. You know, it's like, how many times can you apologize to someone before they're just like, oh, fuck it, let's go throw some hands then.
Yep.
Oh, lucky for him, I guess. A lot of people have said Coco can handle himself. So
yeah, he was supposedly the badass backstage.
Yeah, so it might have been a good thing that Taker didn't really go ahead and handle that outside.
And
probably
that match
ended up well for him or his career.
His career just kept going up and up after that. Got his title shot with Hogan, beat Hogan, actually pinned Hogan. He was one of the first
Hogan
guys
story,
to pin.
brother. The Hogan story. Oh,
you broke my neck.
You got me.
The golden goose, according to Taker.
And then Shane coming up. Shane wasn't even part of the business. He was just backstage. He's just Vince's kid.
You know,
oh man,
his head didn't even touch. They had the paramedics came in and they were hiding behind the curtain.
Hogan. And then Taker confronts him a couple weeks later after watching the tape. And he's like, brother, head didn't even hit. What's going on?
He didn't know what to say.
Well, brother, you know, it's just you held me so tight, and then when you brought me down, the janky motion, my neck was already bad, brother. So when you brought me down, it just kind of messed me up, dude. It's like, all right, dude, what the fuck ever.
And I don't think they've ever been cool ever since then.
I'm kind of surprised they did that program for the Undisputed, honestly. I mean, Taker's a businessman. He's not going to fucking
he's gonna
risk anything in the ring. But Taker went over, so only person to beat Hogan twice for a title, Undertaker.
Yeah.
Nobody else has beat Hogan twice for a title.
I'm like, Ultimate Warrior had a chance, but he got beaten in WCW.
That was fucking awful. But we're not here to talk about the Don't worry, Hogan.
Yeah, he's done. But yeah, I mean, shit. Like I said, I mean, you look at the streak. Look at the names behind the streak. He's gone through different eras.
Mm-hmm.
The first one was Jimmy Snuka. Second was Jake Roberts. Third, Giant Gonzalez. Fourth, King Kong Bundy. Fifth, Diesel. Six, Psycho Sid. 7, Kane. 8, Bossman. 9, Triple H. 10, Ric Flair. 11 was A-Train and Big Show. 12, Kane. 13, Randy Orton. 14, Mark Henry. 15, Batista. 16, Edge. 17 and 18, Shawn. 19 and 20, Triple H. 21, CM Punk. And we know what happens with 22 with Brock Lesnar. The streak ends. However, it does pick up with Bray Wyatt again at 23. Shane McMahon at 24. 25, Roman Reigns. 25 and 2. And he goes to John Cena next at 26. And his final match with the Boneyard, AJ Styles. 25 and 2. That number will never, ever be reached for WrestleMania ever again.
I'm kind of surprised that Ryan Gonzalez was only his third Mania.
Right? Yeah, that guy couldn't wrestle for shit
I
either.
I thought for sure Taker would have been Taker. He debuted in like what, late 80s or early 90s?
In WWF?
Yeah.
1990 or 91. I think it's 1991, that Survivor Series.
Okay. So 92. Yeah, that makes sense. Mania 9 was 94, right?
Yeah, at Vegas.
Yeah, so I guess, yeah, that does make sense. His first two Manias, yeah, Snuka, and then, who'd you say number 2?
Number 2 was Jake Roberts.
Jake Roberts. And then,
Which he credits a lot to. Taker credits a lot to Jake Roberts. He said he would get him in the back and tell him, hey, less is more. And that just stayed with him. And you think about it, when Paul Bearer came in, Paul Bearer was the talker. All Taker had to do was rest in peace, and that was it. And that pretty much solidified him as the fucking man.
So what was your favorite incarnation of the Deadman in WWF?
Ooh, I have 2. When he came back to fight himself, the Undertaker,
Faker Taker.
Faker Taker, when he first wore his purple outfit,
Yeah.
like that shit just sent chills. The second one is when he came back as the Deadman, when he came out to Johnny Cash.
Oh, okay.
Ain't no grave could
He
hold
had
my
all
body
those
now.
vignettes hyping him up.
Yeah, I thought it was Sting at first, but
Everybody thought it was Sting. Everybody thought it might have been like maybe it was 7 coming back.
yeah, fucking gold dust shit. And as soon as he came out, and then I'll never forget it. Kane goes, "It's not you. It's not you. You're not real." Next thing you know, he comes out. Shit, that character just blew up all over again.
Yeah.
What about you?
I really, really loved Ministry Taker. Ministry
Nice.
Taker was so badass, especially because, I was a teenager. I was just getting into metal, new metal then. And Taker was like the embodiment of the goth like wave at that time. He was fucking badass. He had dope ass music. He had a whole stable behind him. They're all like dark and goth. And I was like, this is fucking dope. Like they had the Brood, Edge, and Christian and Gangrel doing the bloodbaths. They had the APA. We were just 2 fucking badass motherfuckers who just beat the fuck out of you. You had the big motherfucker Viscera. You had the weirdo with Midian. Fucking dancing Midian and shit.
Even that theme, how they changed it, that shit was badass.
So that, and I think American Badass, when he was just transitioning into that character.
When he came out with just his coat and that blue jean.
Yeah.
He's here.
That, and like, remember the one night he just came out, he didn't have any of his gear, he wasn't the Undertaker, and he's just like, so random, but he had regular clothing, and was like, what the fuck? Who's this guy?
He was wearing pimp pants. I don't know if that was a rib or he just borrowed them from the Godfather.
I think he just forgot his fucking gear or something. Because that was so random for him to come out in street clothes. And he didn't
pimp somebody.
He didn't even act like the Undertaker in that segment either.
Yeah.
He acted like current,
Do you remember when he did the promo when everybody left? And I think that was like the first time we got the real side of the Undertaker.
When everybody left.
When he talks about all his favorites left and I stayed. Yeah, check that out. It was on Raw. Basically talking about Vince. Hey, all your favorites left, which was Hall, Nash, Brett. He was all your favorites left, and I stayed here.
Was that the like one where he was in his street clothes?
Yes.
Okay.
That was like his first promo that actually, him And that was early. That was Raw's War days.
Yeah. It was just a one-off, right?
Yeah.
And then he just came back the next week, back to character.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the start of Attitude Era. They're trying to reach for things, trying to check things out.
Yeah, and you got to think about all the jobs he's done for everybody. He goes all the way back.
Yeah.
To fucking putting over Rock, putting over Austin, Cena, when he first was coming up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that just, like I said, this speaks volumes, because I'm sure there's guys out there that do not want to give up their spot. You know, for him to even give a blessing to make a brother character out of Kane.
Yeah.
Kane even says it. Glenn Jacobs says, I would not be nowhere near the person I am if it wasn't for him.
No, he'd be stuck as a dentist.
Yeah. Fucking Yankum. Dr. Yankum.
Fucking Isaac Yankum. DDS.
What a character.
So bad. So bad. But he got to work with Bret Hart. He got to work with Jerry Lawler. He had some good feuds, just the character sucked.
Yep. Yeah, and you think about it. The Big Red Machine would not be nowhere near the character he is without Undertaker.
No.
The Brothers of Destruction, that feud alone went on for years.
Years. Probably the longest running feud. One of them.
Yeah. One of the greatest stories told by WWE.
I loved the funeral Kane held for Undertaker. That's that. I think that was my favorite Kane promo ever. That entire segment was just great.
When he rips off the cage from the door from the Hell in Cell, Undertaker actually looks worried. He looks like he shit his pants. And you've never seen the Undertaker's face ever like that. I mean, the guy is fucking the GOAT, you know. Have you checked out the documentary on The Last Ride?
I have not seen that one yet.
You will get a whole totally different outlook on that man. That guy wrestled fucking with broken legs, broken bones.
Yeah.
He told Jericho one time, hey, if you can walk to that ring, you wrestle.
They were talking about a night where it was just sicker than a dog all day long. You know, they got to the venue at 12 o'clock, showtime's at 9 o'clock. They said he was just sitting in his fucking locker room. He had 2 IVs strapped to him all day. Sicker than a fucking dog. Just terrible. And it was Dreamer that was in the back room with him, just talking, shooting the shit, just not even talking about wrestling. So it was maybe about 10 minutes before showtime. Still got the IVs in him. Starts putting on his gear, getting everything ready. They're like, are you sure you can go, man? He's like, I can do it. Like, bro, you've been sick all day. I can do it. Puts the hat on, goes out there, and they said they had a fucking banger match. Came back. Good. Great. Better than ever. And they're like, that's crazy how you can go out there, put that performance, and that actually brought him back to life.
That's nuts.
He said he felt better after the match.
Sweated all that shit out, huh?
But, I mean, that just goes to show you the work ethic. I mean, there's not a lot of people who are sicker than a fucking dog all day long. Just 2 IVs strapped to you, and you're still going to go out there and perform and do your fucking job.
Yeah, and fulfill everybody's fucking, the people that paid those high prices for those seats. Yeah. You're coming out and putting on a hell of a show. You're walking that top rope like nobody's ever done, giving them that tombstone, and you know the crowd goes wild. It's fucking nuts.
What was your favorite Undertaker moment in wrestling? Period. I mean, I didn't watch a whole lot of him in WCW or anything like that. I don't know if you've gone back and watched it or not.
I remember him.
Do you?
Barely. Yeah, I remember because I was actually going back and forth before the Monday Night Wars. When it was on TBS.
Yes, I was watching Saturday Night Main Event.
Yeah, I got a glimpse of him. You know, like I said, nothing special. He grew out his hair. You know, let his little beard grow, little stubble, and fuck you, I couldn't tell the difference. And that's before I knew about the business where, oh shit, this guy is a new character. I just thought, this fucking dude's dead. Who is this guy? And I would have to say my best moment ever, you know what? I hate to say it, when he retired.
What?
Because you know what? He's given so much to the business, and he said it, you know, like you got to check out that documentary, The Last Ride. He goes, hey, I don't know when to hang it up because perfect example. He's like, hey, I don't want to be that guy where he's sitting next to his son and goes, man, you should have seen him 15 years ago. And I've done it with my son and my daughter. I'm like, man, this guy's badass. And I have to show him in the video game what he did. Because they're like, oh, man, he's so cool. I'm like, you have no idea how cool this guy was. And still is.
Yeah.
You know, like, yeah, I would say he gave so much to the biz. For him to retire, he definitely deserves it. And he's been a Hall of Famer for years.
Welcome to the show. We finally got Jaern in the studio with us.
What up?
He is not prepared, though. So give us a few seconds here while this motherfucker gets his ass ready. Let's
Hair's
just
messed up.
wait on Ernest here.
Looks like he had a good time, though.
Looks like he's refreshed, ready to go. Hopefully, put those headphones on and talk some Undertaker.
And look at his title reigns. 4-time WWF champ.
That's it. That's all he needed.
Three-time World Heavyweight champ. 1-time Hardcore champ. 6-time Tag Team champ. Yeah, we can hear you.
My bad.
1-time WCW Tag Champ. Royal Rumble winner. Hall of Famer. Most appearances in WWE games at 64. That's a lot of damn times being on that damn in that game.
Wow. 64 times in a WWE game?
Yeah, more than any other superstar.
Is that just 2K or is that all?
No, that's all from shit when what is it, the arcade came out.
Wow. I'm surprised that's not like
60,
Austin.
I think he's number 4.
Wow. It's quite an accomplishment.
Triple H is up there. Shawn Michaels is up there.
Sure, yeah.
The Rock is up there. Yeah, you think about it, 30 years. He was in the golden era, the attitude era. What is it, the reality? I mean, he's gone through so many different eras and stayed relevant.
Stayed relevant, stayed in the spotlight, never strayed from that spotlight. Was always the solid guy. You always knew what you were getting from The Undertaker.
And what's crazy, you know, I hate to say it, there's people that needed that title. He really didn't.
He never needed the title. He probably could have gone his entire career without a title. Without a world title.
You know, he didn't even have the Intercontinental title. And that was like the stepping stone.
Didn't need it.
Nope, never did.
So if you were just joining us right now, Ernest, we are talking about the legacy of The Undertaker. From all the way back, from when he debuted in Memphis, all the way to his retirement.
Mean motherfucking Mark.
Mean Mark Callis. What are some of your memories of Mr. Calloway?
Shit, just the Taker days.
Yeah. Care to elaborate?
I was glad of the Taker when he first came out with his dead ass posture and like, you know, when he would always put his eyes over his eyes. You know what I was trying to do and shit.
The eye roll thing was actually an accident.
Did you get her eyes to roll back?
I hope so. I really hope so. If not, then that's dead.
Hope that shit was worth it being 30 minutes late to the show.
You don't have to tell no one. I was here.
Oh no, everybody's gonna know. Trust me.
Our 6,000, thank you, 6,000 followers. They're all knowing that you were 30 minutes late.
Hey, 16 fucking friends. Not even followers.
And the numbers are just getting up. Hell yeah. Now the road to 7.
Dude, Taker is like fucking our GOAT. That's our Jordan. Period.
Yeah.
I'm going fuck. Best gimmick ever. And like, even like famous people look up to fucking Taker.
Yeah.
You know, everyone loves Taker. Like
Taker has become in that Hogan spot where you can mention him outside of wrestling and people who know who the fuck the Undertaker is.
He surpassed Flair, Hogan, all of them. He's our GOAT.
He's definitely on that Mount Rushmore of fucking professional wrestling.
Yep. I mean, for being the guy, I mean, like, not just a character, but being the backroom leader, he's that GOAT. Like, you know, like, he's big brother, dude. Like, he held it down.
Everybody knew you don't fuck with Taker. Taker tells you something, you better fucking do it.
Yep. I like when he checked Big Show when he came in, right from WCW.
I really marked out when he helped Cody, because that shit had a lot of fucking meaning, bro. It was like the changing of that guard.
We were actually talking about that a little earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah. How Cody didn't know.
Came in.
Cody had no idea he was gonna get some work in, and Taker was like, "Hey, kick me again, do this, do that, put me over, let's go." And Cody was like, "What the hell? That's not supposed to be happening. I'm just supposed to get my ass kicked here and get eliminated."
Yep.
Oh yeah.
What do you guys think his 3 top feuds were?
Austin, Kane, McMahon. Mankind for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I like The Rock and Taker.
I'm gonna go with Kane, Yoko, and Shawn. With that casket match, I'll never forget that. That was badass.
Everyone helped him.
Yeah,
Like fucking Bam Bam, fucking Jeff Jarrett, all of them. And then he got Chuck Norris the next year to help him out.
and then it happened again in a fucking buried alive match.
Like when Taker broke his face.
Yeah,
Mabel when he fucking squashed him.
The Alpha mask.
Yeah,
That was
that's
hard.
the reason why he joined the fucking ministry. Said he didn't want to work with him. That's hilarious. I'll put him in my faction so I don't get my fucking face broken.
Face mask is what? Taker, CM Punk, Bray. Who was wearing like the broken face mask? Who played that gimmick well?
Cody Rhodes.
Cody when he was beautiful.
The undashing Cody Rhodes.
CM Punk did, right?
he wore a mask. He didn't do a broken face.
Mask. He didn't wear a broken mask, no.
No, that was because he got his head shaped bald.
Oh, that's when he went to the what was that group?
Straight Edge Society.
There you go. Shit, what's his name was in it? Luke Gallows was in it.
Fake Undertaker, fake Kane. Well, no, he was not fake Undertaker. He was fake Kane.
He was Kane. Yeah, he was fake Kane.
He was a fucking cowboy, the retarded cowboy.
Festus.
Even the bell would go off and he'll go crazy.
I like
and
that
beat
gimmick.
Wonderful gimmick, man. He almost beat Taker.
Yeah, they had a really good. That was way better than any fucking match he had as Kane, because he had to copy fucking Kane's gimmick and his moves and shit, and that wasn't his move set. You know, that's not Luke Gallows.
Yeah. I always wish that those Luke Gallows and the other fool would get a chance. Man.
Anderson.
They never got a chance in WWE.
A little bit when they first came in, I thought they had some good heat and good hype, and then it just fizzled out. You know, they tried to recreate the Bullet Club.
When they first Undisputed Tag, didn't they have the Undisputed Tag?
They did have the Undisputed Tags for a little bit.
Yeah, right. So they got the merits, but they didn't get the run.
No,
they didn't get good run.
I was kind of hoping they'd get that run in NXT, but it doesn't look like they're going to. Looks like they're just kind of every now and then they'll beat a couple teams and then they'll put somebody else over.
They're just like those fucking veteran jobbers to go help the youth.
They're like the Dudley Boys now.
That's
getting everybody over.
I mean, those are two good ring generals. Big boy and technician.
Oh yeah, they've done it all.
Help other wrestlers get by. That's like fucking knowledge right there. Those two. Like if they're gonna be ones who's gonna be carrying NXT in the back, that's gonna be good because Gallows can go. He can go with the best of them. I think if you tell him to get like a push, I think the fans will go for it, but he can give you those matches. Back to the Taker. I like the Biker Taker. Badass.
The American Badass.
Fuck yeah, dude. I rode to that shit. I love that fucking intro with Kid Rock.
Did you like the Kid Rock song or did you like the Limp Bizkit song better?
The Kid Rock.
Kid Rock. American Badass.
He kind of got ghetto. You can't go with Limp Bizkit with it.
I thought it was cool. I liked the Limp Bizkit. I like that. That was a great entrance, I thought. At Mania with the bike and the American flag.
Yeah, that was badass.
Hey! Seattle! What? Move in, now move out. Hands up, now hands down. Tell me what you wanna do now. Breathe in, now breathe out. Hands up, now hands down. Tell me what you wanna do now. Keep rolling, 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 rolling. Come on. Keep rolling, 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 rolling. Hey ladies, hey fellas, and the people that don't give up. All the lovers, all the haters, and all you people that call themselves players. Hot mamas, pimp daddies, and you people rolling up the caddies. Hey rockers, hip hoppers, and everybody all around the world. Move in, now move out, hands up, now hands down. Tell me what you wanna do now. rolling, 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 rolling. Tell me what you wanna do now. Breathe in, now breathe out. Hands up, now hands down. Tell me what you wanna do now. Keep rolling, 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 rolling. 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 Are you ready for this tonight, WrestleMania?
That was a long ass ramp.
Fuck yeah. It's a good thing you had a bike.
They're drawing
Right.
more at that time, huh? That's the top of their draws.
Yep.
When they get Kid Rock, and all these
Kid
motherfuckers.
Rock, Limp Bizkit, yeah, Creed.
Wow.
That was like the pinnacle of WWE at that time.
Yep.
That
What
was
do you
a-
think though? The Last Ride or the Tombstone?
I'm gonna go with Hell's Gate.
Really?
No, I'm just
A
kidding. I'm just
submission?
kidding. The Tombstone. The Tombstone, of course.
Yeah.
With the Tombstone is somebody named it for him. And I didn't know this. I didn't know that it was not originally called the Tombstone Pile Driver. It was originally
Gorilla
just
Monsoon named it, right?
it was like a reverse pile driver initially. And
Yeah.
who'd you say named it?
Gorilla Monsoon.
Somebody said it looks like you're taking a tombstone, you're setting it down in the grave. And
Yeah,
he
it
was
was
like,
him and
great.
what he goes, what did you call it? A Tombstone Pile Driver. It was Gorilla Monsoon and was it Rowdy Piper?
I don't remember who said it. But,
I remember Gorilla actually saying the Tombstone.
Yeah.
But I remember then the second person going, what is it called again? And then Gorilla's like a Tombstone Pile Driver.
Wasn't it Bobby the Brain or no?
No. I think it was Rowdy Piper. I think it was. But
And
yeah,
then,
nobody can come close to that guy.
Pretty funny
Fuck, I
story
didn't mention.
with how he got the Undertaker name. Well, if you guys remember, Taker debuted at Survivor Series. This was the
Mhm.
Survivor Series where they had the giant fucking egg. And everybody didn't know who was coming out of the egg. What's going to happen with this
gobbledygook.
giant egg? Taker had just gotten signed, thanks to Paul Heyman, breaching contracts with WCW. He had no idea what they were going to do with him. And he said, I'm freaking out this entire time. I'm thinking I'm going to be the fucking Eggman. They're going to have me come out of this stupid egg. I'm going to be dressed. I'm going to fucking shave my head, shave my eyebrows, and I'm just going to look goofy as shit. I can't believe this crap. God damn it. And he was so fucking worried about that. And no one was calling him. No one was giving him any information. And he was like, oh shit, here we fucking go. And Vince McMahon just calls him one day randomly. He goes, hey, is this The Undertaker? Sure is. And that's how he got the gimmick of The Undertaker.
Yeah, Vince said that I guess he had that character in mind, but he had no one to play it.
And what's cool is because his mother was actually a funeral director.
Yeah.
So
And then
kind of
His
and
mom-
with a real mortician,
Who's
Paul
mother?
Bearer.
Takers.
Taker's mom was a mortician.
No, I think she worked at a funeral home. She wasn't a mortician.
Yeah, Paul Bearer was a real licensed
Yeah.
mortician. They said that before they'd go into towns, he'd actually go get real caskets and bring them
Oh,
into
seriously?
arenas. Yeah, because he'd get a discount for being a real mortician.
And what's funny about Taker and the whole the graveyard, how that became synonymous with him, that was even before the Undertaker character. He was cutting promos in graveyards when he was in WCCW, and people didn't get it. They're just like, why is he always at a fucking graveyard? Every fucking promo he cuts, he's at a fucking graveyard. I don't get it. Little did they know.
Right. That was just the birth of the character with him. Because they say, like they said, that's one thing about him. He is the character.
He kept that character close to the vest. Did not let anybody know he was not the Undertaker.
Yeah, in that documentary, the Last Ride, he goes, you can look at all photos from the 90s to the 2000s. He goes, I wore everything black. He goes, I protected that character. He goes, people would be doing autograph signings. He goes, I wouldn't do none of that stuff. And it's crazy. I mean, another thing is, have you seen Storytime on the network?
I've seen them, but I haven't seen any specific episode about him.
Yeah, he actually talks about it, that before, Madison Square Garden, they would get escorted by an ambulance inside and outside the arena and be taken to a parking lot. So people finally figured out, hey, this guy's going to a parking lot. So next thing you know, him and Bruce Pritchard are trying to get there. They take off, they get lost. And Bruce Pritchard was like, they pull off on some random street. They're asking for directions, but Undertaker was, leaning back, and they were try to rob him. Next thing you know, Undertaker pops up, and he goes, shit, this guy's dead. He goes, hey, take a left, go right, and you'll get on the freeway. And they were laughing all the way on the freeway about it.
That's a great story.
Can you imagine fucking some dude comes up, his eyes rolled back, fucking he looks dead. I'd give that guy money. I'm like, get the fuck out of here, bro.
Undertaker's a real one, man. I'm glad he got that exposure at Mania.
I like how private with his shit.
Yes.
Like I said, I bet he always kept his character, so he got to live it in privacy for a long time, and then he gets scratched out when he got older.
Nope.
And now
you're actually seeing a lot of stuff now, the curtains slowly being open for him.
Yep.
I'm wondering how many stories about that guy, The Road. How many stories he has with Yoko, Godfather.
Stories he has with Vince.
Yes, the shit he saw that he won't say, because that dude is a hardcore WWF Vince guy.
You know he's seen some shit, and he just blocked it out of his head.
Yeah, do what you gotta do, boss.
Have a taker. You know what you've seen. On the old head.
Did your eyes roll back?
We see him at any time now. We see an old wrestler. You know what's up. You know what y'all did.
Nope. And what's crazy, he just signed a new Legends contract with them again.
Good for him. Hell yeah.
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 That guy will always be where the WWE banner.
No, don't.
Yeah.
He'll never will.
Take Tony Khan's money. That's what. Remember, guys, take Tony Khan's money. Yeah, sign him, Tony.
Who wrote this shit?
Can't believe
That's embarrassing, bro. They fucking murdered Jay White. That's so sad, bro. That guy was such a cool wrestler, and after that fucking little wrote that shit, made him look so lame.
Before that, bro, they haven't really done shit with him in AEW. Why is he in a trios match? Why is he in a fucking tag team? Jay White deserves to be a main event player.
I'm sorry I brought AEW in a Taker talk.
Nah, it's cool.
You got a good laugh out of it.
Man. Good for fucking Taker to get that Legends. Every Legend should still get paid. Fuck that. They should get paid till they... I think all Legends should be paid till they die. That's it.
Yeah.
That company's so fucking famous, rich. Take care of every fucking legend they've had, man.
I hope we get a collector's edition for WWE 2K25 and have him as all the matches from the streak to that would be the baddest. I think a collector's item, have a piece of his robe.
Did they have that before? They had that before in Raw in one of the 2K games, right?
They've never had him.
Never had Undertaker?
They've had Flair, Cena, Hogan as the collector's editions.
Damn, that'd be dope as fuck to play as Taker. That'd be the best wrestling game.
Yeah. You imagine you have him as in all the characters. You have him his debut when he wore the black gloves, to the transition to the gray gloves, the purple gloves, to the MMA gloves. I mean, that character just kept evolving, and shit. You could unlock 12, 13 Undertakers.
He wore black gloves when he debuted?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Very first match.
I thought he wore gray the entire time.
No, first match he ever wore was black gloves.
At his debut in Survivor Series?
Yep, Survivor Series.
Oh shit! Fact battle.
Look that shit up. What the fuck?
Fucking Siri.
I heard the clicking.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Yep.
Black gloves.
Because I'm telling you, that shit stayed in my head. I'll never forget his debut.
Wow.
Seeing that little kid fucking with his eyes open, I'll never forget that shit. seeing that guy with the little fucking bangs, him looking like he shit his pants. I'll never forget that. That shit's like embedded in my head.
I was scared of Taker when I was young.
Oh yeah, the fact that he didn't sell, that shit tripped me out. Because you see everybody take a body slam and him just get right up. That was
just don't sell.
That was so different. That was so different.
He said that shit was so hard for him in the beginning, though, because Taker was athletic, dude.
Because when you learn too, you learn to sell as a wrestler.
Yeah, I mean, he had to sell when he was just a regular guy. He was Mean Mark and he was the fucking Punisher and Texas Red. You know, he was doing all these crazy moves. He was doing kip ups. You know, he's doing fucking elbow drops, drop kicks. Now you could see the Taker line back in the day where he didn't do the full rotation, just did like a half rotation. It was
that's what he said when he faced Brett was the first time he actually got to work, because he was always just coming in beating people's asses and not selling. He actually got to wrestle with Brett and he was really happy with that.
Fuck yeah.
And that was when we first started seeing a little bit more of a realness from Taker. Not quite, but just a smidge.
I like how he could turn it on and turn it off.
And he could still be the Undertaker, even if he's slightly out of character.
Yep.
Hey, but I never. His family always stayed with the WWE because the Neidharts was family, huh?
He went to WCW, remember?
No, but they always had someone from the Hearts, huh? Like WWE.
Up until Owen died.
Yeah.
But,
I remember.
No, Natty. Isn't Natty a Hart?
Well, Natty, but Natty wasn't in the business when Owen died. No one was in there for a while.
Yeah.
But she's the longest now, right? She's the longest Hart in...
I don't know if she's the longest in the company. Probably. I would probably say so.
Brett started, 94 to 97? So, 84 to...
He's still like, a legend still, right? Isn't
Brett
still a big legend?
Yeah. Is he under Legends?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He has that gaming contract with them too. At them and 2K.
He's still getting bread. Do you think his merchandise? Do you think these guys' merchandise still sell?
Yeah, they just came out with a legacy belt for him.
Yeah,
I see people fucking snatching that shit up day one.
Yeah, it sold out.
Yeah.
Oh shit,
it sold out.
It looks shitty online, but I saw somebody who bought it and did a review of it, and it looks really nice actually.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't like the legacy belts.
How much do they make of those belts?
The legacy belt, I think they made 300 of this one.
Damn, so it's expensive.
It's rare, and the guy got number 13 of 300. No, it was 1,000. My bad. It was 1,000 batch. He got number 13 of 1,000.
Okay. Oh shit.
Motherfucker got lucky. But that fool buys belts every fucking time they come out. And he's got money to fucking blow. I'm just like, damn, I wish I could buy every fucking belt that came out.
I'm like, I only got 3.
I don't have any room for more. I think I have room for like maybe 2 or 3 more, and that's it. I have to move some shit around.
Yeah. I need a belt.
You have your little peepee belt, don't you?
Which one?
You have a fucking
plastic
you had a belt that you took a picture with and put it on the gram a while back.
Well, that was someone else's belt.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
Should make
and that was a modified custom belt for like a fantasy league. It wasn't like a wrestling. I wanted like an actual.
Should make a Wrestling Junkeez belt. Just pass it off like every 3 months or so.
Dude, how much does that cost?
Probably like 300 to 500 for a really good one.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
That's chill.
Yeah, if you just want like standard shit, you don't want to go all the bells and whistles.
I want to get the smoking skull belt. Is that hard to get? Or
it's still small. It's still sold in the shop, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, the one that's rare is the WWF scratch logo.
Is it?
Now they're all WWE.
I've got that.
You have the smoking skull one? The WWF
Oh, you're talking about the smoking skull. I thought you were talking about the big eagle.
Oh, you got the blue one?
I've got both. Well, I got a bootleg of the blue one, and I've got the official replica.
No shit.
I think the
Rock
official,
got money, huh?
but the official just says WWF. You got the official replica from the pawn shop, bro.
No shit.
I went in because I had pawned a bootleg of my Andre. It was a smaller size, but I didn't need that anymore because I got the official one, which is right behind me. You can see here. And I just went back to go and just look at something, and my Andre was there, and I was like, they're like, oh, there's another belt that's over there. I'm like, yeah, I know, it's the Andre. I don't need that. No, it's another one. I went over there as the Big Eagle. I'm like, I fucking want that. I need that.
How much did that run?
I was like $150. It was cheap.
Fuck.
Yeah.
You came up on that
Yeah.
one.
Well, that and my yellow IC was my very first belt. It was 100.
How
No
much are those
shit.
now? What do they go by?
The yellow IC is not even sold anymore, so I'd assume it's probably like 250, maybe 300.
Yeah, I would say like 300-400.
That's not sold at the shop anymore at all.
You can
That
raise the fuck
sucks.
out of the price if you wanted to, huh?
I want to trade Chris for that black strap, but it's autographed, so I know I can't.
You know who it's autographed by, right?
Who?
The greatest intercontinental champion ever, Honky Tonk Man.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man, that's Gunther.
Dude, that guy is. Shout outs to Honky Tonk. That guy is fucking badass in person.
Really?
Cool fucking dude.
Yeah.
I'm just
We're
seeing.
talking right here at the wrestling store in Huntington Park.
Cool.
Yeah, real cool guy. Chopped it up with me for like 10 minutes. That's when I was wearing my boot. And he started laughing. He's like, "Oh, you're walking on your boot." I go, "Yeah." He goes, "Man, I remember when Brett went into the steel barricade." He goes, "We had to help him up. He was crying all the way to the back of the backstage area." I'm like, "That's fucking hilarious." Cool fucking dude. Hands down, fucking that guy's cooler than shit. Then he told me a story about because he had the IC title with him, and I'm like, "Oh shit, is that the actual title?" He goes, "Nope." He goes, "After you become champion," he goes, "there's only certain people that get to keep the belts." He goes, "John Cena got to keep his belt." He goes, "The people that fucked it up for us was the what are they called? The other tag team, not the Legion of Doom, but the ones with Crush,
Demolition.
They took the belts and refused to give them back to Vince."
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he goes, "They're the reasons why after you're done champion, you give up the belt."
Then what happened with Medusa?
Yeah, he learned his lesson. That shit ended up in the trash.
Lots of people did that with their belts. Bruiser Brody.
Flair.
No, not Bruiser Brody. Stanton Hansen did that too.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys.
They wanted
He's the one that made the big gold belt. He had it designed, he had it made for him.
Who?
That's why Ric Flair,
Oh.
when he was the NWA champ, he actually made the belt for him because he was fucking the bigger than life. And that's why when he came to WWE, he had that belt, but it was already as the classified as the NWA championship. But he paid like $10,000 for that belt for himself.
Mhm.
So that's what I love about wrestling. You hear all these backstories, shit that we would never even think of.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, Stan Hansen, they wanted him. AWA wanted him to send that belt back. He was like, "Fine, you guys want the belt back? Sure." He threw it in the street, took his truck, and ran over it a couple times and sent it back. There you go. There's your belt.
I always had a theory that the hardcore title was the title that Mr. Perfect broke.
It wasn't though.
And they said it wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't. Looked fucking like it though.
Man,
I'll
some
never
of my
forget that shit.
earliest Taker memories, just random memories. Barely getting into wrestling at this time. I do remember Taker and Warrior having a feud right before Taker turned face.
Mm-hmm.
And that was weird, dude. I still look back on those promos and just like seeing Taker as a heel back then and that gimmick going against Warrior. And then Jake the Snake was like this pseudo heel, pseudo face back then. He wasn't like full-fledged heel. And that whole like segment where they lock Warrior in the fucking like the pit with the snakes and shit.
The funeral
Yeah.
parlor.
That was dope. And then his shit with Papa Shango. That freaked me out.
Yeah, when he was barfing.
Yeah. Well, with Warrior barfing, and then when Papa Shango would set people's feet on fire too. Remember that?
Yeah.
Sounds like Godfather, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kama
That's fucking
Mustafa.
cool. That guy had the best gimmicks. We had all different gimmicks.
And what's dope about
Yeah.
that too is him and Taker stayed connected. He was back in the
Yeah.
day. He was Soul Taker.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Soul Taker.
And he fucking got to become part of BSK and
They always stayed together, huh?
pretty much.
Yeah, they're real close.
Best friends, right? Isn't it Godfather and the Deadman?
That whole crew.
Yeah, BSK.
I mean,
Who's that crew?
you got Savio,
You got
Godfather,
Yoko,
Godwins, Yoko,
Crush,
obviously
Paul
Paul
Bearer,
Bearer,
Mr.
They were the
Fuji.
clique, huh?
Fuji.
Yeah, that's
That
why
was
they
the OG.
started it. to go against the clique. That's what they did.
Because
Well, because they're old head.
the clique was
Mhm.
running everything. You know, they were politicking for everybody, and they wanted to just keep putting themselves over. And Taker and his buddies were just like, "Yo, dude, we're sick of this."
Did you ever hear Kevin Nash when he talks about like how all the boys used to go party and like, you know, once in a while they go to a strip club, and they said that you'd always see Taker in the back just drinking Jack by himself. Because he said, hey, nobody gives a shit that there's a 6'8" monster sitting next to you because you got some big tits in front of you. They don't give a shit who's next to you. So they said Taker would always hang out at strip bars because nobody would give a shit and nobody would fuck with
That's
him.
funny.
Yeah.
Fucking Taker loves his Jack Daniels.
Yeah, hell yeah, he does. He has a whole barrel of that shit they gave him.
He's
He
had his
deserves
own
it.
whiskey already.
I think he does.
Oh, I'm sure it's coming.
He's
Does
got
he?
it.
I know he has his own wine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
fuck, I didn't try the Taker wine. I tried Stone Cold's beer.
It's pretty good. I liked it.
I
That
like
IPA. Yeah.
You guys watching Stone Cold as a cat dad?
Yeah.
No.
Yelling at the fucking cat. Come here. Get the hell over here.
Shit. That shit is so cool, bro. He needs to show. He needs to show with his fucking cats, bro.
That's funny.
Fucking Stone Cold. He's all fucking with his cats. I can't believe those guys are getting so old now. Fuck.
Right.
Like Taker. Taker's gone, and then the one I felt like that was taking over his position was Bray Wyatt.
Yeah.
And he went fast gone.
We don't have that.
That was cool. That narrated that documentary for Bray
Yeah.
Wyatt.
That's cool.
That's something he would have never done before.
Fuck no.
Shows you the amount of respect he had for Bray.
Yeah. I'm wondering what he told him, and I don't think he'll ever explain
No.
what he told him in the ring. That's gonna stay with them for at least with Taker for the rest of his life.
So I wish the new gimmick doesn't fuck up shit.
We'll see with the Unky Holiday shit. We'll see what's going on with the Wyatt 6.
Do you think they're gonna attack?
I think they're gonna make their debut this Saturday at King of the Ring.
Do you think they're gonna? They have to. Oh, it might be the champion versus champion, for sure.
Yeah, because there's no way Cody's gonna lose his title. There's no way Logan
way.
Paul's
Well,
gonna
it's
lose.
not for the U.S.
Yeah.
title anymore.
Oh, it's not title for title.
No, it's only for the world title now. They had that whole segment on last SmackDown where Logan Paul brought in his lawyer and he's like, "What have you done to deserve a U.S. title match?" Nothing. You not getting it?
That's pretty cool. Triple H announced that the King of the Ring winner and the Queen of the Ring
Both get title
will get
matches.
title
Yeah,
shots. That's
It's
cool.
incentive.
Yeah, because they had to do something to make that King of the Ring stand out again.
That's like what did fucking Xavier Woods become king and didn't get shit out of
do
it.
nothing.
Yeah, he didn't
Who
get
else was
shit.
king? There's so many. Who else got
Wade Barrett.
nothing as a king? How are the king nothing? We should have a fucking segment on Wrestling Junkeez.
Mabel.
King nothing. Mabel King
Wasn't
nothing.
Sheamus King of the Ring?
Sheamus was King of the Ring with that weird ass Irish crown.
He got to become a headliner after that.
Yeah, look at Stone Cold. That's probably the greatest King of the Ring right there.
Yeah.
After that promo, that guy just started fucking like a rocket ship and took off.
Only one 2-time King of the Ring though.
Bret Hart.
Best there is, best there was, best there ever will be.
Yep, Bret Hart. I liked when Owen won it. The
Oh,
King
that
of
was
Hearts.
great.
That shit was.
That was so great.
That was
just to
badass.
throw it in fucking
One
Bret's
more
face.
technical wrestling for the King of the Ring. I wish like King of the Ring was taken serious and it started to become like a little bit like Japan wrestling just for that moment.
Tournament,
Mm-hmm.
like a better tournament,
Yeah.
more
Yeah, I wish they
more
like
focus.
really stepped up on the technical wrestling, like and changed like a Bret Hart tournament or some shit where like everyone just like all the good wrestlers get to like fucking go at it. Remember kind of when they had the cruiserweights,
Heavyweight classic.
yeah, but they had
That
like
was badass.
a technical classic for King of the Ring, cause like or build somebody, cause fuck, these King of the Rings have been stale like for the last few years.
Well, Xavier
Yeah,
Woods
dude,
was the
that
last
fell
one.
off.
That was what, 4 years ago.
So the only
Yeah.
guy that really fucking benefit was King Booker.
Well, Austin,
He's-
Booker. I think that
Yeah.
benefited Edge.
Bret Hart.
Bret Hart. I thought
Actually,
that was
I think
benefited
so,
Edge
he-
really well. He didn't have a crown, but he carried that trophy around with him everywhere.
Yeah, he
Why
did.
he was King Edge. Huh?
Yeah, I think they never called him King
Yeah.
Edge, but that was the whole point
Just
where he
Edge.
was with Christian and Kurt Angle and Rhino.
I just remember that every time you win a king of the ring, that person became a king gimmick.
Most of the time, yeah. That was pretty stupid.
Yeah.
I thought the best king gimmicks were Regal and Booker. And
Yeah.
Regal just because he got to play that fucking evil villain and just sit in his throne every week. I thought that was great how they just gave him his own throne. It's like nowadays it would be so cheap to see somebody like you saw the original Judgment Day entrance. They had fucking Edge sitting on the throne coming out. That was so cheesy. He even said so himself. He's like, that did not work.
And now look at him at AEW, not selling the 30 fans in the arena.
3,000 in attendance for this last show. 3,000.
That's horrible.
I think the ego hurts for that.
I don't know. I mean, people are
You
still
think
like
they're so
people are
passionate
still
that they don't
giving AEW solid ratings regardless of the attendance. I don't know.
You think he's just happy that he's still wrestling, or do you think he cares for those?
I think he's
like,
just
the
happy
draw?
he's still wrestling. You know, he gets to
He's
put
pretty
new talent
good.
over. He gets to work with new talent.
He's getting paid good, right?
I'm
He's
sure
still getting
he
paid
is.
good. And,
Oh, yeah, he's one of the top pays.
like,
Definitely.
he's not gonna get that money in WWE, so you gotta be there.
No more.
Mhm.
They
But he's set.
don't know.
That guy, he has his money. He invested his money, Edge. Plus, he has his wife. They have money. I think it was just for a new experience for
Action.
him to go with new talent.
Yeah, to work with you people.
Like he said, he wants to work with Kenny Omega.
You know,
Like, who
all
doesn't?
these WWE guys that were like lifers. They're trying to prove something to the indies. I like that. Like when they become veterans, they make their way out there still.
Well, yeah, they never really got to showcase their shit in WWE.
Like Dolph,
They had to go by the system.
fucking.
Yeah, he blew up. Matt
Cardona
Cardona.
is great.
They're doing good, but I think Cardona will be on his way back
He's
because his fucking wife's killing it.
injured right now. Which
Yeah.
sucks.
His wife's killing it, so I bet you in due time Cardona will be back with his normal gimmick.
The only way he's
Maybe he'll
coming
get a
back is
chance.
with Cardona. He already said he's not coming back as writer ever again.
He
Shit, you
shouldn't.
got Aleister Black. His contract's up. Mark Henry's contract's up.
When is Black's contract up?
It should be any day.
I don't think so. I think that was all
Yeah.
bullshit.
Didn't he just like sign a new contract? Or no? Am I tripping?
No. It's his contract's coming up.
He's coming back to WWE. His wife's there.
His wife's there. Yep.
He's wanted to go. He's gonna go back, and he knows what's up.
Yeah, he'd be better used in WWE, especially with
If
Triple H.
he came back with the Wyatt 6, he should be the leader.
Nah. Keep
That'd
him.
be cool.
Keep Malachi away from the Wyatts. He has nothing to do with
Why?
them. He has no connection with
He could
them.
be.
Keep that with
That's
people
why
with
he's psycho.
connection. You don't want to just put some random ass motherfucker in a Bray Wyatt tribute stable.
He's not random. He's gothic and black. Like, that's the whole theme. He could fit with them.
He
Nah,
could debut as the new Fiend.
nah. He can do his own shit.
He could be like Fiend, and then like kind of like Fiend is like Carnage. He takes
The
over
Black
people.
Fiend.
Like he just took over fucking Malachi Black. Like he's he should be Mr. Howdy.
They're pumping that next faction up. I hope they don't fuck it
Wouldn't
up.
that be cool if at least he came as Mr. Howdy instead of Malachi Black? Like that would have been cool.
Yeah.
And have fucking Dallas just come out as himself with his fucking
Believe.
last name. Give him his goddamn last name. For fuck. Just let him be a Wyndham. Fuck. What the fuck's wrong with that?
Taylor? You want to be the Taylor Rotunda?
Yeah.
Oh, Wyndham.
Wyndham. Like
It's not
Here.
Wyndham. Wyndham was Bray.
rock your family last name. Oh yeah, he's a Rotunda.
Yeah.
Rotunda, yeah.
Yeah, rock your fucking last name, dude. Like goddamn. Like it's a fucking wrestling family last name.
That's the WWE edict, though.
That's Vince's
Yeah.
WWE.
Well, it's Triple H's
Triple
obviously,
H.
too.
Yep.
Hopefully, maybe they'll to let him come back to himself. Even
No,
like,
I think they're pushing the Hulk Howdy shit too much. He's not gonna come back as Bo Dallas.
no, I know he's gonna be. I know he's gonna be. I know he's gonna be the Howdy. I was just saying, let him come back one day as himself.
Yeah.
I mean, they
That
could
was
do like
cool,
alter
dude.
ego shit with him.
Geeky Kurt Angle with that believe shit. That shit was cool. And NXT. Believe, like he was fucking corny, cheesy, and like a weasel, like wiener. That was funny. They fucking cut that quick. It was whack.
Any other memories of the
Did you-
Undertaker you guys want to discuss?
I mean, shit. He got to fuck Deborah, didn't he? He had to marry Deborah.
No,
Not Stone Cold.
Oh no, he got fucking.
he was
young
with
ass girl. Yeah.
Michelle McCool and Sarah.
First, he had that girl in Sarah.
Yeah.
I never knew who that was.
She was ugly.
That's why I have a fucking tattoo on my neck, bro. I tattooed my neck just because of fucking. I remember Taker having Sarah on his neck. I always thought that was badass.
And
Yeah,
then he
this was a
covered that
tattoo
shit
on his
up.
neck. That's why I did
Yeah,
that.
I'm gonna have to stick with, like I said, his debut. That was the birth, the creation of the Undertaker.
My favorite moment for real, is when they bury him and then his hand comes out.
That purple glove.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's my favorite moment because it got me like it kept you waiting, like, oh, what the fuck? What is he gonna do? And then anytime he died, you know he's going on vacation. I'll be gone for a minute.
He's either injured or going on a vacation. We all even took vacations.
Yeah.
He had to go because he was fucking hurt every time.
Yeah.
But it's cool because back then you didn't know he was hurt. It's not
Nope.
like nowadays, fuck, CM Punk is hurt. We're not
They
gonna see him on
announce it.
TV for a
Yeah.
while now. Nah, just write the motherfucker off. And they could do that with The Undertaker because of the character. They could kill him and have him come back and be resurrected. Like, what the
That was Kenny.
who the fuck else got to do that in wrestling?
How far
How
Kenny?
many did The Undertaker have?
He does.
Shit, I remember when Yoko put him in the casket and they were wheeling him back, and next thing you know, he goes to the Titan and he's above it. That shit was badass.
Like, that motherfucker, we crucified him. Wow.
And
We-
just
we
keeps
did
coming
everything to
back.
Taker.
Nope.
Damn, Taker
What-
is our Jesus. Shit.
What about you, Brock?
That's just biblical.
Don't have any one particular moment of The Undertaker. Like I said earlier, I thought Ministry was the fucking peak. I loved Ministry Taker. I loved the entire stable. Even when they turned corporate Ministry, I thought it was badass. Many people might say that jumped the shark by having everybody in the fucking company in one stable, but I thought it worked.
Yeah, that was cool.
Nope.
Fake Taker too was kind of like cool. Yeah.
I love the fake Taker. I thought that was cool.
Oh yeah.
I mean, way better than the fake
They
name.
tricked me. They tricked me on that shit.
Kayfabe was alive back then.
Brian Lee,
Fuck yeah.
who later was in the DOA.
Yeah, he was a biker. 8-Ball or whatever.
Yeah, it
his
was
name
8-Ball.
was. Yeah, it was 8-Ball.
Then you had Ron and Don Harris. Who were they? What were their names?
Yeah, those guys were wasted good bits.
It was,
those were a lot.
Was it Chains? It was Chains and something else.
Chains.
I don't remember the
All
other.
those big people worked back then, huh? And they were just generic wrestlers.
Those
Yeah.
two have been so many different gimmicks. The Blues Brothers, Ron and Don, personal security in WCW, as part of TNA.
Oh, and they wore the black suits. Huh?
Yeah.
I forgot about those guys.
They're what was their name? They're like the precursor to Right to Censor in WCW. Standards and Practices.
Yep.
With Lenny, Lane, and Lodi.
Nope.
Oh, I remember those Lane and Lodi. Weren't they in WCW?
Yeah, the West Hollywood Blondes. Not the very first, but at least for me, it was like the first gay gimmick that I saw.
You don't remember Goldust?
Well, they were pre-Goldust. That was back when
Were they?
he was Dustin Runnels. Dustin
Oh
Rhodes.
shit! Before gay,
Before the
any gays were on
androgyny.
TV.
They said, your dad was flamboyant. You gotta be gay. That's so funny. And they kind of almost made fucking... Damn. That's like Cody did it all, huh?
Nope.
They made him do everything before he got his break. He really worked for his spot.
Hell yeah, he did. He blew up in the Indies, and that was it.
Best thing he could have
New
ever done was
Japan.
ask for his release.
What dumbest gimmicks? He had to be ravishing, davishing, and then fucking Stardust. I mean, he won though, didn't he? Win a lot with those merits. He won a lot. What did he win in
Rusty
ravishing
title.
and tag teams?
Tag team with
Tag
McIntyre.
team.
Yeah. Is he a Grand Slam too now?
He's never won U.S.
United States.
Never won
Yeah,
US.
never you. Yeah.
Oh shit! So that's the one that Logan has.
Uh-huh.
Nope.
Damn.
And Logan blocked him. No Grand Slam for you.
That's fuck.
What a dick.
You think I would give that chance? Revised?
I
I
think
think
he's
Logan might hold
above
his
the
title for a
U.S.
while.
now.
Yeah, he doesn't need it.
Unless they do like a merge or unification sometime, which I don't see them
Just to
doing that.
win. He just needs to win that shit. He can get the Grand Slam. You know, all these fools care about their merits and shit.
I don't think they
Yeah.
do. I think it's
You don't
just
think so?
it's just something for them to get. You know, I don't think a Cody Rhodes sees, oh, I need that Grand Slam. I need that merit. I need that accomplishment. I think
That's just one more title or one thing I have under his belt that his father did.
I mean, he already got what he came to do. He's in that spot now.
You ever think Punk never Grand Slams, right?
Punk's never been US either.
Yeah. Or has he been IC?
Punk's been IC champ. Yeah,
really?
He beat Regal.
I know the heavyweight championship shit, really.
Yeah, I fucking love that match. That feud too. Punk versus Regal. That was a good feud too. Punk fucking broke his nose.
No shit.
Punk broke a few people's noses.
And choked out some people.
Yeah, allegedly. I saw that shit. That would have been a fucking... Jack Perry got out of that shit so fast. Like, come on, Punk. You sucked in MMA. Stop trying moves.
Punk is so fucking famous. He made Jack Perry's son. He made him famous.
Fuck yeah, he did.
He was nothing, dude. Now he's getting all this heat for Punk. He sucks.
He sucks.
Dinosaur was better.
He had to have another man in another company to get him over.
Dinosaur was better, dude. Fuck that guy.
The dinosaur kill switch.
Was he before?
Luchasaurus.
Luchasaurus, yeah.
Kill switch. Yeah, Christian changed his name to Kill Switch.
Yeah.
Jay's like, you're my finisher now. Christian is fucking killing it in AEW, though. I love the fucking patriarchy gimmick.
He's literally just building his character to bring the WWE.
Well, did you see that he did that interview where they asked him, they go, hey, do you think you'll be in the Hall of Fame? He goes, fuck the Hall of Fame.
Really?
He just, obviously he's playing the character, but he plays that character so damn well. I said, fuck, well, he goes, what, fuck the Hall of Fame.
That's funny.
I was like, wow.
Good patriarch gimmick. I think he needs to bring it to WWE.
I don't know if he'll ever be back in WWE. I don't think he needs it anymore. He's done everything he needs to do.
He's a good agent.
He can have the new people.
Maybe as a backstage person, but I don't think he needs to be on TV anymore in WWE.
No. He's done it all.
They're doing factions. That'd be a cool faction to be in there too with all the other factions.
Yeah.
Because I mean, like they have the Bloodline, they have Judgment Day, now they're gonna have the fucking Howdy group.
The Wyatt Six.
They're getting ready for Survivor Series, baby. That's factions right there.
Yep.
Guys, see that SummerSlam's gonna be 2 days this year.
2 nights. Yep, 2 nights now.
Yep.
In 2026, though, right?
Is it 26? I thought it was next year.
Yeah.
They're gonna treat SummerSlam like WrestleMania.
I think it's next year because next year they get Minneapolis instead of Mania.
So it is next year. Okay, yeah, 2026.
Yeah. Now, dude, what the fuck?
Well,
so
the roster's that stacked. Where
they're not gonna be happy to go to fucking WrestleMania no more if they're making like these other things too crazy.
But let's end it off on something different. Dream scenario: if the Undertaker were able to come back and be healthy enough and go for one more match, who would you like to see him go against, and at what pay-per-view? Chris, I'll start with you.
I think it'd be everybody's dream match. I think Sting at WrestleMania.
And you're assuming this is if Sting could go as well.
Yes, I obviously I wish it was in their prime. I would say maybe Ministry Undertaker versus early Sting when he was actually barely wearing the white makeup coming in when his hair was still brown. I would like to see those two go at it.
Pre-Crow Sting, like right when he was changing?
Pre-Crow. Yep. I think that would have been a good hour match. At least a 4 or 5. Well, depending on Meltzer, I'd be giving like a 2-star, but I'd give it a 3-star, a 4-star match.
And you put Taker over?
I'd put Taker over.
What about you, Ernest? If Undertaker could come back in his prime, one more match, WWE, last match ever, who would it be against and where?
I would fucking run back Taker and back. And it'd be like in like WrestleMania. That'd be like the headliner.
I guess it's kind of silly for me to ask what show you would want Taker on because obviously no other show could be as big as Mania. So that would have to be a last Taker match.
I mean, the big show right now is not even WrestleMania.
I would have loved to see if Bray Wyatt was still alive, Taker Wyatt, to be his last match and to pass that torch to Wyatt
as the new Prince of Darkness.
I would have loved to see that.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
I like Brock and thing is 1-1, right?
Brock and Taker?
He beat him at Mania. No. Taker lost to him at Mania, but when he was Big Evil, he beat Brock Lesnar.
but not at Mania.
Not at Mania, yeah.
So Brock's got the head on him on Mania, and so does Roman. Only 2 people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, only 2 people to beat that fucking 25-2. That's nuts.
I would love to see Roman too again. One of those that beat him have a rematch.
So he could get that win back.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's been a good show,
Basically, back
guys.
at
A
even-
little bit different this week, discussing the legacy of the dead man, Mr. Mark Calloway.
Mean Mark.
Thanks, guys. We appreciate the 6K followers on Instagram. Be checking out the podcast on YouTube. Check us out on Facebook. We're also there. And
We'll be doing live again, right? Next week or probably this week sometime.
all right, well,
That's kind of fun when we get to interact with people.
I think that's gonna be it for this week. That was a good episode, different.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe we can do another one with somebody else down the road.
Hell yeah.
Bring in a guest hopefully soon. We can have a topic for them to discuss. Maybe somebody who's not up to current events, but was a fan back in the day and still vividly remembers that as a kid growing up.
That'd be cool.
You know.
Yeah, anyone that wants to come step up.
All right, junkies.
Fuck yeah.
That's gonna be it.
Our little junkies.
Good episode. Everybody,
7,000 coming soon.
rest
Here we come.
in peace.
Dong.
Dong. Peace out, junkies.
Later.